Hey, hey, hey. Should be live. Um, Trying to get organized here and make sure that I have everything before we are ready to go. I did myself a favor today and I set the text message to go out like 5 minutes after instead of right at the top of the hour. So that gives me just a second to make sure that everything is set up and that we're live and we are ready to go. Okay, great. Let me pull the chat up so I can see who's here because since I use this service Restream in order to broadcast on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, I actually cannot see the chat unless I bring it up. So do me a favor so that, and I just opened it. So if you commented before I didn't see it, go ahead and say hello, say hi. Let me know where you are joining me from, and we will go ahead and get started in just a couple of minutes. I want to make sure that our text people have the opportunity to pop in as well. There I am. Hello. All right, cool. Hi, Crown Credit Repair. Thank you for joining from Atlanta. Hey, Allison. Thanks for joining from Brooklyn. Who else do we have here and where are you joining me from? I am currently in Atlanta. It's actually been nice over the last couple of days. It's only been in the high 80s and normally, this is late July, August. This is normal. The normal weather we have around this time is like hot, just super hot, like 100 degree, super humid. It hasn't really been that humid. Hey, Candy. Hi, Donna. Thanks for joining from Cali. It looks like we got all YouTube people. Do we have anybody watching on Facebook? I do have it going, broadcasting on Facebook as well. And I'm really excited about it's really cool because today's the first day of a new month, right? So I had a couple of ideas of what I was going to do for this training, but I didn't know honestly what I was going to host until like yesterday, which is why you got the email this morning. And I remember I woke up and I was like, oh, I haven't even sent the email out, which just so you know, I'm live every week, 12 o'clock Eastern on Saturday. If for some reason I am not going to be live, then I usually don't send an email, but sometimes I do. So yeah, just show up. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. But in general, 12 o'clock, like I set this up as my work day. And that's part of what I'm going to be talking about today, which is like, what does my work week look like? Especially because I feel like I've been able to create the amount of income that I want while working the way that I want to work. And I'm going to talk about how that almost didn't happen, how I almost tried to put myself in someone else's box. And hopefully during this session, it's going to help you to take away some stuff for yourself as far as how you want to set things up, what would be your ideal, and then when you need to kind of adjust and shift and maybe sometimes even just kind of get over your own fear so that you can actually do the things that you want to do. So we're going to be talking about that today as well. So I'll go more into like my work week and everything, but Saturday is technically a work day for me. It's a half day work day, 3-hour work day, 1 hour. Like it's like I do the training and then I'm pretty much done for the day. So later on today, I've got I'm going to get a facial again because last week when I went to get a facial, apparently there's like this LED light that she's supposed to do on your face, and I guess it just broke that morning. One of her other clients stepped on it, so she was like, "Come back next week. I'll give you a free facial, and we'll use the LED light." So I went with my sister. So we were like, "Okay, great." So we're going to get a free facial in a couple hours, and then have a friend that's in town and. Oh, and there's a text message. I have a friend that's in town, and so we're going to get dinner later on today. But normally, my Saturdays are like super, super chill, and I just kind of do this training and then go from there. Okay, great. Hey, Dalnita. All right, awesome. Um, the massage. What massage? Did I talk about a massage? I don't remember talking about. Let me put the chat up so you guys can see the chat as well. Oh, the Reiki massage. Yes. So I got the Reiki massage. So for those of you who are like, what is she talking about? If you watch my channel, which you should be here right now on YouTube, I have a video talking about my Reiki massage experience. And I actually got that Reiki massage when I was living in Memphis. There was a place called The Circle, and it was such a cool spot. While I lived in Memphis, I was so excited to get back to Atlanta, and like now that I'm here, there's so many places that I'm like, oh, that's only in Memphis, or I had found like my kind of little spots here and there. So yeah, it was in Memphis, in the Cordova area, called The Circle. However, if you just type, like literally just Google like Reiki practitioner, you can likely find someone. I think that everyone kind of has their own style and has their own, obviously, because everyone has different energy, right? Even though we're all one and we all are, flowing through the same energy, so to speak. But like everyone has their own vibe, right? We're all unique. We're all individual. So, maybe find someone and go from there. So yeah, I know, right? But I'm sure that I will find someone here as well, because I intend to be here for the foreseeable future, for the next couple years, until my husband and I get tired and maybe we choose to live somewhere else. But this is where my family is. This is where my immediate family is anyway. My extended family is in New York. So we'll likely be here for a little while. So that means I have to find some of these places that I used to go to that I enjoy. I have to find them again. All right. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Yay. Hi, Peaches. How are you? Glad to have you here. Peaches has the best smile on her profile picture. You have such a joy and a light to your face. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, Nikki. Happy August 1st. So let's go ahead and get started and jump, even though we're kind of already started, but let's go ahead and jump into the topic today. So if you're just joining, let me put the image up. This is what I'm going to loosely be talking about, which is the 25K month on autopilot in the month of July. But first, let's talk about this picture first, okay? So I recently competed. I recently did my very first bikini competition. As you can see, my awards are here. These are my top 5 awards. My third placing is beside my bed. Hey Sandra. My third place, like, actual trophy is beside my bed to like motivate me to keep going, to achieve, strive for more. And so the background from this picture is that I bought this top before the competition, before like I knew I was going to do the photo shoot, and I was like, I'm going to be in that photo shoot with a crop top and abs, and I'm gonna wear my little bitty shorts and my little sparkle shoes, and I'm gonna take my photos and I'm gonna feel good. And so this photo is everything to me. It gives me life. I feel like I'm like, yes, I have my abs, I have everything. So very excited about it. So I felt like that was a good vibe to put with the 25K month, because I took the month of July off. And you're like, how, Sway? I took the month of July off. Right around the start of July, like end of June, I was like, okay, I'm stressing so much with this competition. Like, I'm going to the gym twice every day. Some of my sessions were like 90 minutes long for lifting and then an hour long for cardio. So I was in the gym for like 3 hours almost every single day. I did not have a quote unquote rest day. I only had an active rest day, which meant cardio on that day. So I was like, I'm just not going to do this right now. And I had already dropped my hours in the business down to like 2 to 3 working days. But I knew that I needed more time to just kind of relax, release, and just be done. So I said, okay, I'm taking the month of July off. And I decided to pre-schedule out all of my emails. I pre-scheduled all of my social, and that took me a couple days. I did that around like that 4th of July time frame. So around from the 1st to the 5th ish of July, I was putting together all of my emails, which I created a content blitz. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more today. I got a lot to deliver to you guys, so we may or may not wrap up in an hour. I try to wrap up in about an hour, but I have a lot that I want to deliver because I want to share with you a little bit more of the behind the scenes. So I created a content blitz for all of my emails. I mimicked some of those with my social posts on Instagram. I didn't duplicate any of those on other social media. It was just basically email and Instagram. And after that, after everything was scheduled, I was like, okay, I'm done. That's it. I'm taking the rest of the month off. And so as like my content went out, like the emails went out, I saw them. I saw the Instagram posts go out. I was, still commenting on stuff. I was still kind of doing some meetings with my assistant. And I told her that I was like, I'm pretty much taking this month off. So I don't really have a lot for you to work on right now. So if you could just kind of do some of these cleanup tasks, like that's fine. But like I mentally checked out. My competition was July 18th. And so I was kind of building up for getting ready to go on stage, getting ready to travel. And then in the middle of all of that, I had to take a last minute flight. So for those of you who watch my Instagram stories, if you don't, you should, because I do share a lot of behind the scenes of like what I do in business and funny stories and things like that here and there. I'm at LaTisha Styles TV. I had to take a last minute flight. So what happened is I ordered a custom couture bikini. The competition that I chose to do is a WBFF. WBFF is World Beauty, Fitness, and Fashion, like beauty, fashion, right? So the idea is that we're not just sharing our hard work, our bodies, like you're not just coming to stage with like the most muscular physique and think you're gonna win. Like you have to share, you have to be beauty, grace, style, fashion. Like it's a fashion show is essentially what it is. And obviously we all work hard to look good, but and they even say that they're like the Diva Bikini is a beauty pageant basically. So I ordered this custom couture bikini. I spent $700 plus for this bikini. And I contacted the designer and I was like, hey, it hasn't shipped yet. Can you give me the tracking number? She was like, oh yeah, I sent it out on Friday. You should have it by Monday. So I was like, okay, cool. And she said, I'll send you the tracking number, but she didn't send it. So I was just like, okay, fine. It's coming on Monday. I don't care. Woosah, it'll be fine. Monday rolls around, no bikini. Tuesday rolls around and I'm like, okay, it's still not here yet. Hey, Angelia. So I was like, all right, let me reach out to her again. So I reached out to her again. I was like, hey, Renata, do you have the tracking number? Like, I still haven't got the bikini. She's like, yeah, sure. So she sent me the tracking number. Hey, Shri, I'm in Atlanta. She sent me the tracking number and I looked at the FedEx details and it was like delivered, but yet it had been delivered to my old address in Memphis. And as soon as I saw that, like my heart dropped. I was like, it's Tuesday. I fly out to Dallas for the competition on Thursday. What the heck am I going to do? So, oh, Angela. Okay. Thank you. I will make sure to say that correct because I've been saying Angelia every single time. Thank you for correcting me. So I was like, okay, it's Tuesday. I fly out on Thursday. What the heck am I going to do? And my first thought was, okay, it got delivered to our old home, which we actually sold our home in Memphis before moving here to Atlanta. And so I said, well, I'll just contact the new buyers. If I contact the new buyers, it got shipped there. It says it was delivered. It says it was signed for, so someone signed for it. So I decided to reach out to their realtor because obviously I don't have their information. So I reached out to their realtor. I sent her an email. I was like, hey, I'm like desperate to get this package. I need it for a competition that I'm doing this weekend. And then like, as I was doing that, I'm so stressed. My husband, who's right here, we did a little co-working space. Let me give you show you what that looks like real quick. So that's his side, right? Little co-working space. And so he's sitting right over there and he was like, man, if it was me, I would just fly out and go get it. And I was like, oh, I can just fly out and go get it. I don't have anything on my schedule tomorrow. It's Wednesday. The only thing I had was the You've Got Clients coaching call. So I emailed my clients. I was like, hey guys, I won't be there for the call. I had a last minute emergency. We're going to do, but I'll be there next week. And I got on delta.com. I have plenty of miles because I use my business credit card, and the miles go into a personal account. So I don't use miles to buy business flights. I use my business card for business expenses, and then those miles end up in my just personal Delta account. So I ended up using miles. So I only paid $11 for this last minute flight. Paid $11, flew in at 9 o'clock. My returning flight was at 5 o'clock. And long story short, because this was like a very stressful event, I ended up getting the package. Our realtor had contacted, had gotten an email from the buyer's realtor who I had reached out to, and he went by the house and he picked up the package. So I picked it up from him, got the package, got back on the plane, got back. And that whole process really showed me that I've created this freedom in my life. I've created this space for me to be able to not only earn what I want to earn, but have the ability to fly out at the drop of a dime and go where I need to go in order to get what I need to get done. So I was really excited about that. I got my bikinis. I actually had ordered two because who can just pick just one? But the first one was custom. The second one was an off the rack one that she had. And I got the bikinis, came back. We flew out the very next day. I competed, like I said, got top 5 in both of my categories that I entered, and then 3rd place in the Diva Bikini 35 Plus. And my first thought when I was like, okay, I'm going to take the month of July off was that, okay, well, maybe income will dip just a little bit. And then my next thought was like, no, it doesn't have to. It does not have to dip at all. It does not have to go down. And in fact, it can go up and increase. So at the very start of each month, what I do is I choose my income goal for that month. So this month, at the beginning of the month, I said, I want to make $25,000 in July. I've already done that a couple of times this year. The start of the year started off just a little bit slower in January. But we've done 25K a couple of times already this year. We're in the first, 7 months of the year, and July also is another 25K month. Let me go to the comments real quick before I keep going, because I see them popping up, but I haven't been reading them. Hey, Carwana. Good morning. Oh yeah, you did message me. So I actually screenshotted that, without, including your name in there. And I put that in under an Instagram highlight for client success stories, showing that even with just my free information, you were able to generate 5 figures. That's just ridiculous. Let's see. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Carwana. Appreciate that. Okay, good. So no questions. So you guys are just kind of chatting. That's good. I like that. All right. So at the beginning of the month, hey, Cammie, I decided this is going to be a 25K month. It doesn't matter if I'm taking the month off. That's just what I want to generate in the month. And so what I do, where's my little notebook? What I do is I have a notebook that I write down every single day my word for the year, which is overflow. So that means not just enough, not just enough. It means more than enough, overflow. So I write down my word for the year. I write down the date. I write down my goal for the year, which, just so you guys know, it's $500,000 in revenue. I will hit that goal this year. I don't care. I don't care how it happens. That's my goal for the year. And then I write down the sales that I made the previous day, the sales that I've made month to date, the year to date, which it's a loose year to date because it only includes the course sales and not all of my affiliate income and stuff like that, because I reconcile that at the end of each month. I don't go and look for all the different little payments that have come into the account. I just do the little screenshot that comes in from ThriveCart. And then I write down my net worth. And then I write underneath that a statement that I know to be true. So what I do, because as soon as you set a goal, as soon as you say, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to create, this is how I choose to, see life, there's going to be a doubt that pops up just naturally. It's just how it works. All of a sudden there's going to be something that says, oh, but you're taking the month off. How can you make 25K? Oh, but you're not launching anything. Oh, but you took your one-on-one coaching package away because you decided not to work for the month of July. So you're not booking one-on-one clients. So how are you actually going to make 25,000? Like, that's not possible. And so as soon as that little doubt comes up, as soon as that fear, whatever it is, comes up, I write down a statement that I know to be true that combats that. So I'm going to go back to my July 1st statement, because I know that doubt likely came up at the start of the month when I set my goal. It says, stay a match, vibe even higher than what you want. Stop playing small. That was my true statement for that day. And that statement, like, it's not something that I'm like, what should my statement be? Like, I literally is just the doubt. And as soon as that doubt pops up, there's a statement that I'm like, okay, now write, what's your truth? What is your truth? What do you choose? What's your truth? And that's what I wrote down. I wrote that down, stay a match. So as long as I am a match, a vibrational match for what I want, what I desire, what I want to create, as long as you are a match for what you desire, what you want to create, it will appear in your life, period. That's just how it works. When you are a match for this thing that you want, you're on the same plane. If you're here, wait, which hand did I use first? If you're here and the thing you want is here, it's going to be like planes crossing in the sky and you will not reach that thing, right? But if you're a match for what you want, you're naturally going to intersect. And so whatever it is that you desire, whatever you want, whatever you choose to create in your life, it has to come to fruition when you vibrate at the level of what you want. How do you vibrate at the level of what you want? Number one is staying in that truth, whatever that truth is for you. Like, whenever you feel those doubts, write down that truth so that you are, like, I'm staying a vibrational match for $500,000. I don't know how we're going to get there because we're 7 months into the year and like not halfway there. But I don't care. Like, I don't care what it looks like. I only care about what I know to be true inside. I don't create from what is. I create from what I know to be true. Like, if you look at what is right now and you create from there, you're only going to create more of what you already have. So like, why would I look at the numbers right now or look at where I am right now and say, okay, well, maybe I won't get there because of this, that, the other? Like, no, like, I'm never looking at what is right now. I'm always looking at what I know to be true. And the reason I say not what will be, right? The reason that I'm not saying I'm looking at what will be is because it's not far off. There's no future. There's only right now. Like, today, this is the only moment that you have. Today is the only day that you have. So I don't feel like, oh, it's something that will be there, and so I just need to focus on what will be. No, it's here. It's true. What's true is true is true is true. A rose is a rose is a rose is a rose. So if it's true today, it's true yesterday, it's true tomorrow. And if it's true tomorrow, that means it's true today. If it's true at the end of the year that I made $500,000, then that means it's true today. So I don't have to say when I get there or I'm looking at what will be. No, I'm looking at what it is right now. So what I want to encourage you to do is to look at, like, don't just look at what is, but what do you want to create? Like, what do you want? What do you want to create? Stop playing small. Like I wrote to myself, like, the things that I say to you are the same things I say to myself. Stop playing small. Vibe even higher than what you want. Shoot past that goal that you think you can create. Like, honestly, I'm almost tempted to like change the goal, but I'm not. I'm not going to change the goal because it's a very big goal for me. It's very outsized. But like, whatever your goal is, like, shoot higher. Go past that goal. And the one thing in the past that used to stop me when I thought, okay, well, I need to, go after a bigger goal or whatever, is that I would write down that goal, and I knew that if I didn't reach the goal, I would get disappointed in myself and I would feel worse than what I did right then. And so that caused me to not set that goal, because I was like, well, if I've set goals in the past and like I don't always reach them, or if I say this is my goal and then I don't reach it, like I'm going to be, frustrated or whatever. And so that caused me to play small. So here's where that actually doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you, because if you set your if you're like, oh, that's the goal and like that's the thing you want to reach, but you really don't like believe it deep down, then the actions that you take are going to sabotage that goal. So what you have to do is know that that goal is available for you. It's there. It's your truth. And then all you have to do is act from that place of that goal being true. So if that goal is true, if it will manifest, if you believe it, then that means that you have to act from that place where it is true. And that's what causes it to come in your physical reality. Like once you start acting from that place, you'll take different actions, you'll do different things, you'll talk to different people, you'll, spark up random conversations, or you'll choose to buy a different sandwich, or, invest in a different way, or you'll hop on YouTube at 12 o'clock on Saturday and suddenly find this girl talking about, how you can create your life. And you're like, wow, this is my first time here, but this is what I needed. So you start taking those small actions, and then suddenly, before you even know it, your life has changed into this beautiful thing that you've created. And you were like, wow, like, like I wasn't even paying attention. And this was something that it popped up for me, because on that Wednesday that I took that last minute flight, I remember being so stressed about, I really need this bikini. Like, I really hope I can get it or whatever. And then on the flight over there, which is only a 40-minute flight from Atlanta to Memphis, I was like, okay, I need to release the outcome, because if I'm stressed and if I'm coming from a place of resistance, or like it has to happen, then I could actually cause it to not happen. So how can I release and relax the outcome? So I started thinking, I was like, well, what are some good things that have come out of this? Like, how can I express gratitude, and how can I just be in a good place for what's happened already? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, I just took a flight on a random Wednesday, a 9 a.m. flight, where I used to have to be at work years ago. I used to have to be at work at 8:30. I never would have been able to take a flight on a random Wednesday at 9 a.m. I didn't have to ask anybody for permission to take time off. And so one of my markers in my head, I was like, I'll know that I have made it when I can travel at a moment's notice. That was what I wrote down. I wrote down travel at a moment's notice. And I started thinking, I was like, I just traveled at a moment's notice. Like, I literally just found out Tuesday night that my bikini was in another state, and I flew out the next morning. I remember I was talking to the designer on WhatsApp, and she was like, oh no, she was like, can you go get it? She's in London. So I don't know that I don't know if they really know how like states work. Like, it's not just like a hop, skip, and a drive. Like it's a flight. Because for them, and especially in like the Europe area and everything, like they're going to fly somewhere, it's probably going to be to another country. So I texted her back, and I was like, I think I can. I'm trying to get a flight now. And I got my flight and got my bikini, like I mentioned in the earlier story. But all of that to say that was like an aha moment for me, because I was like, oh wow, like this was what I wrote down. This was what I said. And so like, once you choose to create for yourself, like you would, like, it's gonna be such a sudden happening that you won't even realize it. You're like, oh, I didn't even stress about buying this thing, or, oh, I didn't even, like, it's just normal to me. I didn't even stress about, choosing this thing or doing this thing, or, oh, it's whatever. Right. So you start acting differently than you did before, but it doesn't feel different because you chose to be there. Right. So I started to choose to act from a different place. Let me go to the comments because I saw them coming up. Yes, LaTisha says, my own words, it's faith. Love this. Yes. Yeah, it is a short flight. A little 40 minutes. Hey, Denise. Um, okay, so all of that to say, that's the woo woo, right? That's the spiritual, that's um the non-physical of how I achieved my 25K month. But at this point you're like, okay, well, what's the practical? Like, what actually happened? Because I I did do it all through automated course sales, meaning I didn't book any one-on-one coaching clients. Some of the income that comes in is residual income during the month, and I'll pull it up right now to make sure that I don't say anything incorrectly. But during the month, I believe the business has around 4,000 of recurring revenue. So like whether I do, 4680 is what my dashboard says in ThriveCart. So whether I do or don't do anything, I don't know what's going on with this hair. Whether I do or don't do anything, if I do or don't sell anything else, or no other clients or customers come in, then that's 4,680 of recurring revenue. So that's pretty nice. That's a good base. That will cover that'll cover my base minimum expenses in the business. I have a legal team. I have an accountant. I have an assistant. I have a tech stack. So that pretty much covers that. But there are other expenses like my salary, which is now considered a business expense. Like I can't just wait to see how much money is left and then, okay, let me just take a withdrawal. Like that comes out every 2 weeks or the 1st and the 15th. So it comes out whether there's money in that account or not, which there's always payroll in there. But like it comes out of that payroll account from the business payroll account, and it goes through, the payroll process and everything. So that's another expense on top of that. And then from there, I do run Facebook ads. I don't have an ad running right now because I'm in the process of trying to work out some kinks with the most recent ad that's been running for like 6 months. And that is around $6,000. So I'm spending around $200 a day on ads. So 6K plus the other minor expenses, let's call it 10K of expenses. And so we're looking at around 15K of quote unquote profit without including my salary. So then my salary would come out of that 15K. Not telling you guys how much I pay myself. Carwana says, I just put myself on salary finally this week. Yay! You should have been done that. But we won't talk about that. The funny thing is that, so I just hired a legal team at the start of the year. And I got on the phone to Cora Davis, the creator's lawyer. And I actually want to do like a little quick catch-up call with her because she spoke life into me. She looked at my revenue from 2019 and she was like, oh, she said, you need to restructure as an S Corp. She was like, talk to your accountant. But she was like, if this is what you did in 2019, you're going to do even more in 2020. And when she said that, it was like, it was what I knew, but I needed to hear. And so I went ahead and restructured. I put my paperwork in to be classified as an S Corp for tax purposes. I'm still a pass-through LLC, or the business Financial Success Media is still a pass-through LLC, but for tax purposes, considered an S Corp, so I can pay myself payroll, paycheck, all of that. And she spoke that, and like I said, in 2020, the very first 6 months, I generated every dollar that I did in 2019 for the entire year. So I need to do a call with her and say, hey, Takora, you said it, you spoke it. And I trusted it. I knew, and it happened. Reach out to her. I think it's thecreatorslawyer.com is her website, and tell her I sent you. She's really sweet. So all of that said, I didn't spend a lot on ads. my husband always asks me, he's like, okay, well, you made 25K, but how much did you spend on ads? Like 20,000. I'm like, no, I'm only spending $200 a day on ads. And not only that, I don't spend money on ads because I recoup that with the funnel that I have, with the automated funnel that I created. So that was what I was going to like jump right into today. But, you know, a lot of it is like, it's not just the funnel, because I actually turned the funnel off over the past couple of days, but I'm still making sales from that automated funnel. Like, how does that happen? It happens because you're a vibrational match for it happening. It's like, it doesn't matter how it happens. It only matters that you choose to create it in your life, that you choose that that's what you want. That's what you desire, and that's what you're a match for. It's the reason that when I started the month, I was like, okay, well, I'm not taking one-on-one clients, but I don't care about what that might do to my revenue, because I'm still going to generate what I want to generate this month, which is 25K. Like, that's my goal. So I'm going to hit it. And I have a much bigger goal for August. I haven't written it down yet. It's the first of the month. So I'm going to write it down after this call. And like, I get excited to think about those goals, because it's like a game at this point. It's a game because life is a game. It's like that song that you learned as a kid. You didn't know it, but it's actually the key to life, which is row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. It's like, have fun merrily, right? Have fun with life. Like, don't put so much stress on it. Don't put so much pressure on it to like perform. Like, choose what you want, put your order in, wait for the kitchen to make it, and like have a great conversation in the meantime. Like, that's how I've created everything in my life, is that I choose what I want, I put my order in, and then I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to be surprised and delighted. So how am I going to be surprised and delighted? Well, I don't know. Like, it's coming. I don't know. Like, okay, so what am I going to do in the meantime? Like, how are you going to enjoy life in the meantime? Okay, so a couple other things that I wanted to share with you guys today was a little bit more of the details on like the actual funnel, which is I have a free to upsell funnel. So that means that the majority of the people who like meet me and sign up for my email list, they typically see an ad. They see an ad, and if you saw this ad, let me know if this is like how you found me. Hi Tara, hi Coach Debbie. If you saw an ad, let me know. So I usually have an ad. It's either it's based on what I test. So it might be a photo ad, it might be a video ad, it might be like a little box ad, it might be whatever it is. I run that ad and I provide a free offer on that ad. The free offer is like amazing. It's something that you would want to pay for, but I give it away for free. It's always highly, highly valuable. And most of the time I will write like a full sales page for the free offer. Okay. And this is what I teach my clients to do inside of the automated sales incubator, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. Delnita says she saw an ad. Carwana says the free to upsell funnel that you helped me with is still making lots of sales and covers my ad spend. Yes. So this is the secret. Hey, Robert. What up? 25K. So the free offer is the one that's super valuable, right? After that free offer, then I provide the option for that new person to sign up for a mini course, a paid offer, like whatever it is. It's also highly valuable. Now, the key to this is that this is something that you are already charging for, that you already have a price on, and that they could find on your website. If they were to click off right then, they could go find on your website at the higher price. But because they're new and they just decided to say yes to your free offer, you're going to give them a chance to get that paid offer for a discounted rate. Now there's different prices that I've tested. I'm not going to go into it right now, but like I said, this is what I teach inside of my incubator. Then they have the option to pick up that paid offer. If they do, that's great, because now you just recouped your ad spend for them and probably for a couple other people. But if not, that's fine. They still get the free offer. They get a lot of value. And now you have the opportunity to continue building the relationship. And so that's essentially how my business runs. I used to say that I was 70% automated, and then like 30% was from one-on-one. But honestly, looking at my business this year, it's really more like 80 to 85%, even almost 90% of our revenue for this year has come from automated course sales, and then around 10 to 15% has come from one-on-one clients. I do lump in my group coaching programs in those in that automated section, only because the group coaching is really, I am creating the course live, and then I take that and I repurpose it and I sell it over and over and over again. So that's why I say like 80 to 85% versus, kind of 15 to 20%. So if I were to split out, okay, like let's put group coaching with one-on-one coaching, it's probably going to be closer to like 80-20, something like that. So after someone signs up for the email, whether they do or don't purchase the initial thing, I essentially add them to a sequence. There's an email sequence that gives you my best content, helps you with the problem that I know you have, because that's why you signed up for my email list. And, you just continue getting value. And I provide trainings like these, live streams. I have a lot of free trainings on my website that I offer. I have these free trainings that I do on the weekend. And then I also have other paid programs and courses. So in that sequence, you're going to get offered a program or a course based on the problem that you're trying to solve. And these programs and courses are great. I know it. I'm not being cocky about it. I have clients who tell me over and over again, like I create 6 and 7 figure earners. So the people who come through my programs and they put in the work, they do the work, they generally have 5-figure launch right away, or go on to pull all their stuff together and go on to generate 6 figures. I have a couple of clients who are already doing 7 figures from what they've learned from me as far as in the marketing space. So I know my stuff. And not only that, because there's a lot of people who know what they're doing, I know how to break it down in a way so that it's easy for you to understand. And I'll use Caruana as the example, since she is on the recording, on the live stream right now, which is, she mentioned like when she came into the automated sales incubator the very first time, that she had already invested in other coaches, like already invested in other programs, like things just weren't clicking. They were just giving a lot of general information and not really getting to the heart of like what she needed to do. Like just give her step by step, here's what you do. And that's what I do. That's what I'm good at, is providing you step 1, do this, step 2, do this. Okay, don't do that. Let's change that. Let's test this, because I don't know, but let's test it and see, okay, here's the feedback. How do we change it? And so that's really like, I guess my zone of genius. My zone of genius is helping you to learn how to fish for yourself and break it down in a very simple way. Because at one point I had considered creating an offer that was a partnership offer, because I kept getting clients who would come through my programs, and while we worked together, they would recoup their investment right away, and then they would go on to generate like thousands and thousands and thousands. And I remember being like, man, like I want a piece of that ongoing pie. So I created like a partnership offer where we would do a upfront investment that I already knew that they were going to recoup at the start of the launch, and then I would take a percentage. And I did that for a little bit before I was like, no, this is just where I operate. This is my zone of genius. Not only that, but the process was just, it was too much for me. I want to teach you how to do it. I want to teach you how to fish. I want you to learn how to fish. I want you to be able to do it for yourself for the next months and months and months, years and years and years, however long you choose to do it for your business. But I want to teach you how to do it. And that's really what I'm good at. So let me make sure I said what I wanted to say. So that's what we're doing inside of the automated sales incubator. So I'm going to go to the questions, and then I want to share with you guys one more thing, which is my paid traffic spreadsheet, to share with you how this actually breaks down, how this works, and how you can create this in your business. Okay. What is the difference between Thinkific and Thrivecart? Thinkific is a course platform. Thrivecart is a shopping cart. You can sell your courses through Thinkific, meaning they also have a shopping cart where you can sell courses. But inside of Thrivecart, you can sell not just the courses that are on Thinkific, but let's say you want to do a one-off one-on-one that doesn't have a course. attached to it, or a live event or something like that, Thrivecart is a full shopping cart. The best thing about Thrivecart versus Thinkific versus any other shopping cart is, let's say that you sign somebody up for a month to month or recurring. If you do that inside of Thinkific and for some reason you cancel your Thinkific account, that recurring revenue goes away. If you set that up on like Stripe and for some reason Stripe kicks you off, all of that recurring revenue goes away. With Thrivecart, what you can do is you can just plug in and plug out different payment processors into Thrivecart, but your recurring revenue, anything that you purchases that you have set up through Thrivecart, the way they've done it is just great. And that's why I love using them. It'll all stay there. Okay. So that's LaTishaStyles.com/tcart. I'll put that here in case you want to go check it out. That's my referral link, and I would love for you to purchase through there. It is invite only, so if you just go to like thrivecart.com, it won't show. It'll say like get an invitation. So hey, why not just use my invitation, right? Okay, Carwana says, yes, I'm doing 6 figures now. That's just with the coaching business too, I know, because you're also doing government contracts. Killing it over there. Angela says, may I add something to that? The key is seeking God for his purpose for our lives in order to manifest in his presence. That is the beginning to success. So I do want to address this because I get this a lot. Whenever I say something like, choose your life, what do you want to create? What do you want? You can manifest your own version of a lavish life. There's always someone who says, but first we need to ask God what he wants for our life. And the truth is that what he wants for your life is what you want for your life. That's it. And I'm just going to leave that there. That is what I have learned. Okay. There's a reason that the scripture says you are a royal priesthood. Carwana says, I made my first 10K month with LaTisha. Recently generated 100K in 4 months this year so far. Woo, 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 woo. Sandra says, automated sales incubator was amazing. Work within your gifts and you'll never have to worry about the income. It finds its way into your bank account. Very true. Is there a lag? He just said, I'm going to sell 2 of my one-on-one services and enter the incubator. Awesome. Well, we would love to have you. So let me give you guys some details on the incubator really quick, and then I'm going to show you the paid traffic spreadsheet. So inside the automated sales incubator, I take you through step by step how to set up what I've set up for my business. There are a lot of coaches out there, a lot of marketing consultants, a lot of people who is it saying slow streaming? Let me try to turn your Wi-Fi off. And then hopefully it'll just go through. We have a really fast internet, and I'm actually hardwired. So maybe if I do that, that'll help. All right. What was I about to say? Okay, so everything that I've created for my business. So there's a lot of coaches out there. There are a lot of other marketing consultants and business owners who want to tell you to do sales calls all day, every day. They want you to go through and create this business that honestly, like, you can never take a vacation from. Okay. Is everyone else still seeing the slow streaming? Let me know if there's a lag. I think I fixed it by going off of Wi-Fi and going back onto, yeah, it looks like there's a little lag. Someone say amen. Hey, Dr. All right. Oh, and now the comments are coming. Okay. Anyways. All right. Let's just keep moving because I feel like I'm doing good. I got about 10 minutes and we'll still be within our hour. So there's a lot of coaches out there, a lot of people who are saying, do sales calls all day, create this business that honestly you're going to want a vacation from and also like you won't even have time to enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. I wanted to create a business that not only matched my introvert tendencies, but a business that I really did not need a vacation from, that I could work from wherever, whenever, close my laptop when I wanted to, and not really feel like, okay, there's something that I'm missing. There's something that I need to get back to. And so that's when I decided to create a course-based business versus a live coaching-based business. So the way that my business works, as I talked about earlier, is that I've created automated courses that people, they meet me, they find me, they purchase. And then I have, sometimes I do live coaching, like what we're doing inside of the automated sales incubator. I will do live coaching for a period of time. There's also another program called Test, Tweak, and Twerk, which I did. It's a Facebook ads program, and we did that one for about 4 weeks. So I might do that one again. And I'll do a live coaching program, which requires 1 to 2 hours per week of my physical presence. And then obviously I'm interacting with clients in between those times as well. And then I have my one-on-one coaching, which, like I said, it's every now and then I'll book a client into there. But I don't, like, that's not my bread and butter. So if I do get a client in there, it's always someone who's like the perfect right fit, and I love working with them. And then we just kind of, do our one-on-one work. So the way that I've structured the automated sales incubator is that I teach you this process. So I teach you the process of having a no-brainer freebie that someone would ideally pay for, that they're going to love to sign up for. I teach you how to create that, fall off the shelves or forget what I said there, fall off the shelves. Thanks, Restream. That fly off the shelves. There we go. That fly off the shelves, no-brainer upsell offer, so you can recoup your ad spend. I show you actually how to set up the ad also. We'll do that just a little bit towards the end so we can kind of start testing. I do have another program where we just do the ad. So we do it right at the end, but we do it enough to where you can have your ad set up. I show you how to do that. And I'm reviewing everything throughout this process. So like when you set up your landing page, I'm going to not only tell you what to put on your sales page, but I'm going to review it. And a lot of times, if you send it to me via Google Doc, I'll just go in there and I'm like, because it's just faster. But I will leave notes so that for next time, okay, how can I rewrite this? How can I put this in my own words? And then all of the tools that you need, I'll share with you what tools you need to get set up. I always provide the different options. I've tested a lot of different options, free options, paid options, lower cost versus higher cost. Like I've tested a lot of them, so I can recommend some of the things that you want. Some of the options I do get a kickback on, but I won't recommend it just because I get a kickback. I'm only an affiliate for the stuff that I personally use and that I actually like. So if there's something that I have used, but I just, don't really use it anymore, but I know that it's good for someone, I might still be an affiliate for that. But I'll make sure to tell you like, hey, this is a partner link. This is good for you because of this. It's not good for you because of that, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Okay, good. Hey, Colette. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps pausing. I took it off of Wi-Fi. But we're almost to the end. So the incubator is opening up again. I open it up twice a year in the spring and in the fall, and we are getting